You woo. Welcome to the Sylvian stream, gamers and gamers.
No, why didn't the text-to-speech go through for that? Why? Text-to-speech, why? But hello! Hi guys, thank you for still coming by. I'm sorry for being 30 minutes late. I will explain that in just a second, even though I kind of did in Discord. Hi, it's story time. Originally today was going to be Mage Arena with a whole bunch of other peoples, but that got canceled. I know I've concerned a few people with how I worded yesterday's announcement about that. I do apologize. Nothing bad happened. It was just there was a lot of cancellations. Mage Arena takes 8 players, so 7 people other than myself.
You played too much of the biscuit game, didn't you?
You know, well, not the biscuit game you were thinking of. Not the biscuit game you were thinking of, Scales. Different cookie game. Different cookie game. Very different cookie game. But yes, for today, we didn't do Mage Arena because a lot of people canceled, meaning 2 in the game still. Okay. Well, we wanted a full lobby, and then I'm pretty sure a 3rd person or something. There was people's had to cancel, and it kept canceling.
RIP to what could have been Saviol's first collab.
I don't think it would have been a collab. Technically, it would have been because of one of the people that was going to join, but technically they weren't also streaming at the same time. So technically, it was just going to be a whole bunch of people from Discord. There's a lot of technicalities going on. So technically, it would have been something. It would have been different. I've never played Mage Arena. I'm still looking forward to it. We will be trying that again in the future. We'll see how that goes. I also had a hard time because school has been rough this week. I have been drowning in homework, for lack of a better term, so I was not able to talk a lot in Discord. So really, I wasn't able to stage this event. That was mainly Foggy and others that were working together to get that working. So that was also my fault that school was school and homework was homework, and that was sad. But anyway, enough about that. Mage Arena will happen sometime in the future. I don't know exactly when that's going to be, but we will be trying to schedule that. As for today, it is just chatting. It would have been at 2 p.m. Pacific time as normal, but let me explain. I have gotten into the cookie run card game. It is very fun. I very much enjoy the cookie card game. So because of that, I have been trying and working my butt to get my my deck to be decent. I would say my deck is very decent. I'm just not very good at playing said deck. At least as of today, I would have gone better stuff. I would have won more if I read my cards right. And I failed my last game that I played today because I thought I had 2 trap cards that would have negated damage. I saved energy. I probably could have won if I played more aggressive in my last round. I didn't though. It was,
Are the cards gingerbread scented?
I wish they were. I could get like a bottle of gingerbread spray and make my cards gingerbread scented. It'd be so great if they were. They aren't though, unfortunately. But they smell like paper. Like, you know the fresh book smell? Like, you know, like when you get a new book and you like sniff the pages because it smells good. I hope I'm not the only one that does that. That's what the cards smell like. And I'd argue it's still a good scent. I don't know if I want my cookies to smell like that, but it's still a good scent. But I don't know, I had so much fun. I have so much fun with the card game, and the people, the locals, it's like the same people. I have quite a few card shops that I've been jumping between. The locals go to every single one of them, basically. So I run into the same people a lot. They're all very nice. Pretty sure they're all a bit older than I am, but that's okay. It's just me. I can't be the only one that sniffs new books. The new book smell is very good. Old book smell, I don't know, but the new book smell. New book smell. Oh, congrats on getting Shadow Milk, Otter. I know a lot of people that struggle to get the Beast cookies, especially when they don't have their banner anymore. Speaking of Shadow Milk, another reason why I really desperately want to play multiple games is because if I go to 5 events, and technically today was my 4th event, which is why I pushed for this one. Where is the picture? I can, on their website, with
Also,
participation points.
apologies, I
buy
got
this.
collab sniped. So while it won't be my first collab now, the Civiol collab will be the first 2 streamer collab I'll be in.
And I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm glad you got to do the collab. It seemed fun yesterday. It was yesterday, right? No, I'm not going crazy, right? I know I hopped in. I wasn't able to stay for long because I had to keep doing other stuffs, but I'm glad it went well, and I'm glad you got to do it, Scales. Was yesterday. Okay, I'm not going insane. I'm not going insane. Okay. But yeah, this card right here, that's the reason why I want it. The only way to get it at the moment is either buy it off of eBay in Korean for $50, or you get 50 participation points, aka going to 5 events per just 5 events in total, and you get points, and then you can pay those points to buy this card. I still need to pay for shipping, which will probably be pretty expensive, but I'll get the card and that'll be happy, and I'll get my Shadow Milk card, and then it can go right next to my Shadow Milk cookie plushie everything collection. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it. But that's the reason why I pushed so hard for today's, so that Wednesdays, because there's a tournament on Wednesday that I can go to, and then that'll be my 5th one, and then I don't need to push real hard. I'll probably do like Wednesdays and Fridays, and then I'll leave everything. I won't do the weekend ones anymore. Although I could have finished today's tournament. It finished at like 1 p.m. So I would have had enough time to go home and start stream on time. But let me explain why I didn't do that. And that's because the way this tournament worked was it was a pack per win. There was 5 of us, so there was 3 packs being handed out each round. There were 3 rounds, aka 9 packs. There are 28 packs in a box. The first round, we got 9 packs, pulled absolutely nothing. So then all of us kind of got together and we're like, hey, we can't do another one for participation points, but can we do a casual tournament? Because we have a really good chance all but 2 of the packs are going to be guaranteed to have an actual hit inside of them. And you know, we did it. And the first 2 games that I played, I lost. They got good hits though. And then the next game, I lost by a hair because I read my cards wrong. That one did not have a good card in it, so I didn't feel too bad about myself. And then the 3rd round, I got a skate round because each time one person had to sit out because there was an odd number of us. I got the skate round, aka I got a free pack. There was nothing in that pack. But the others, they got stuff, I'm sure. I had to leave, I had to run because I had to come back and stream. But it's okay. So yeah, I don't know. I've been having fun. Just want more cookie packs? Yeah, I only want the cookie packs. But enough about Cookie. I know a lot of people don't like Cookie, so I will not talk about Cookie too much more unless it comes up on why I was late again. But yes, hi, how's everyone doing? How is everyone doing this fine Saturday? I don't think it's Sunday for anyone, but I could be wrong. This fine weekend. Pulling Shadow Milk Cookie, and Cookie Run Kingdom. I got him in a single pull. Congratulations. I had that luck with Eternal Sugar. Wait, not talk about Cookie! Not talk about Cookie! As there's a lot of people here that do not want to talk about Cookie. Been playing ZA. I'm tempted. I'm really tempted to get ZA, but I also know I don't have time to play ZA right now. And I don't know if I play it for like next weekend stream, if anyone would be interested in that, because I'm not a good Pokemon player. And I could, but I don't know if that makes a good stream. So I could do it, I could buy the game and play it next weekend for stream, but I'm worried about that. I also don't know if that'd be too late on the Pokemon curve, but I want to play ZA. I also only have a Switch 1 though, so I don't know how much the frame rate and stuff changes. Are we playing? Yeah, today is just chatting. We're just chatting today. Again, it would have been Majorina, but we ended up rescheduling that for an unknown date. So I'll be good. We'll be good. We'll be good. Let me take a drink really quick. Perfect. You should get Pokemon games day 1, but I'm waiting until Switch 2. Yeah. Every other Pokemon game, I've gotten day 1 or very close to day 1, like because I pre-ordered and it came in late or something like that. I don't know. I don't know why ZA. It's just not been a priority for me at all. It looks fun. The new battling system looks fun. Some of the megas, they scare me. But, I guess I probably was hesitant because ZA wasn't one of the things on like I really, really want to play this, because honestly, Scarlet and Violet was fun, but it wasn't fun enough for me to beat it, so I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I need to rush to ZA. But most likely I'm gonna be trying to get a Switch 2 before Splatoon Raiders comes out, so I might play ZA really late. Or I might just buy it for the Switch 1 and play it like next weekend or something. Actually, wait, why am I saying next weekend? Next weekend I won't be here next weekend. I'll be at Disney next weekend. So, hey, Katsuragi. Okay, hi, Katsuragi, welcome in. Welcome in. I don't think I'd classify myself as a waifu by any means. But I wish you luck. I wish you luck on your search. I very much do wish you luck. You need to get a Switch 2 before Tomodachi Life. Okay, I'm looking forward to Tomodachi Life 2. Tomodachi Life and Splatoon Raiders are the 2 games that are like announced to be coming out that I'm like, I want them. I want to play them. Like I need them in my system. I'm honestly, I don't know what to do when Tomodachi Life comes out though, because I want to stream it, but I'd also be very worried if I streamed it and then did a thing where like viewers could be the Tomodachis, because that would be very awkward. If it's, I know you can force the relationships in this one, but if they start randomly like the last Tomodachi Life, that would be that would be bad. That would be really bad if it was real people. So I don't know. I hesitate on that front to do it like that. Yes, good luck on your search, Katsuragi. Good luck on your search. Be funny though? Would it be funny? Shadow, picture this scenario. You and Foggy get married and then you have a kid. Picture that scenario and then say if it'd still be funny. That's Tomodachi Life in a nutshell. That's Tomodachi Life in a nutshell for you. And then you can get that kid and then you can ship him off overseas and get other people's children. It's okay, it's Tomodachi Life though. The clip has reasoning. Hi Lupin. Wonderful time to join in. A wonderful time. But yes, I'm tempted, but I also feel like there needs to be a disclaimer for those who would get their Tomodachis put in, because that can happen if it's anything like the last one. I've seen Mega Starmie. I've seen the legs. I've seen pictures of the legs. I don't know if there's anything else to Mega Starmie, but I've definitely seen the leggies. So I feel like the feature, I've had some Islanders to your Tomodachi Life that've been there for years and still haven't decided to make a friend. Oh no! They're still just living in the apartment. I genuinely have not opened Tomodachi Life in a long time. All I know is that like when I played it, I put people I knew in there, so I'm pretty sure my parents were in there, my grandparents were in there, my aunt was in there, and then a whole bunch of random characters that I downloaded files for, like SpongeBob and Link, and I don't even know what else. This was elementary school. And then like my aunt got married to SpongeBob. My grandparents actually got married to each other, so that was you know, normal. Link, but not Pit. I didn't know about Pit at the time. I barely knew about Link at the time. I was just filling up slots. If I had a way to stream my 3DS like I can every other system, I would gladly show my Tomodachi Island because it was unhinged. It was beyond unhinged. Is it Day yours? Day? Can I just say Day? Welcome in, Day, and thank you so much for the bit. I don't know. Should I feel offended that I've been booped? Should I feel offended? I don't know if I should or not. But either way, welcome in. We're just talking about random things here. So far we're talking about Tomodachi Life, and I want to share my Tomodachi Life Island. Maybe what I can do is picture it. I've never seen an animated bit like that. Wait, what do you mean? What do you mean animated? Oh, you're talking about the emoji. Okay, never mind. I see. Wait, I was about to go and get my 3DS, and then I realized, oh, I haven't used it for years. It's probably dead. So maybe what I can do is take pictures of like the relationships and stuff that were formed in there, because it's unhinged. And I am honestly very terrified to go and see what happened there. Say what you like. Streamers say your name different. Some say Deo. Is it Day? Would it be Deo or Dio? Why am I saying? Names are so bad for me. Dear God, I am terrible at names. Text-to-speech? Did text-to-speech not? Oh, text-to-speech didn't work. I will read it out. I will be text-to-speech in my non-text-to-speech way. I also started out with family members, but the rest of my islands were either celebrities, game characters, or strange creations, and all the children. I never had any explorers because of the street pass in the UK was eh. Oh, okay. Okay. I don't think I had any celebrities. I definitely had the, creations. There were definitely creations in there. Welcome in, Shadow Springtrap. It was... No, there was some weird ones. I know there was weird ones. It's been so long, I can't remember everything. But yeah. Bad at names, I'm bad at remembering names. Hey, I'm both. I will remember names to the point where I'm like, I've seen that name before. And if I've talked to them long enough, I can remember usernames. When it comes to real life though, no. I should tell this story. I've told it in Discord. I don't know if I've told it anywhere else. In high school and I think since middle school, I only remembered people in school based on nicknames that I gave them that I never told them. There's one that I cannot say and Foggy knows what it is. So like in, let's go with high school. In high school, there was a kid that I talked to every single day. I had heard his name multiple times. I could remember his name if someone had just sent it. Also Red Nose, welcome in and thank you. Okay, new people, nicknames for people. So there was a kid I talked to every single day, played Smash Brothers with every single day, at least in senior year, but I had knew him longer. He came to school one day about 3 weeks into the semester dressed up as a pirate for a spirit week kind of thing. And for the rest of the years until like school let out, I only knew him as Pirate Kid, and that's the only way that I referred to him to my parents. There's so many. Wait, let me see what else I used as nicknames. I can't remember them off the top of my head. For some reason, only the one I can't talk about is the one that is sticking in my head as the most, like, avid example. We had a classmate that would only call him his last name because there were multiple people with that name. That's fair. I know that happened a lot in high school, where there was a lot of people with the same first name, and normally it was more along the lines of, hey, we'll say first name and then last initial. And then it was really funny because there was a class where I had 3 people named Ryan. Let me take the drink really quick. Thank you. Thank you. There were 3 people named Ryan. I can't remember what their last names were, but one of them had a unique last name, and 2 of them were last names that started with the same letter. They were all spelled different too. but they, the one who had the unique last name was always known as Ryan insert last name, full last name. The other people, the two Ryans that had the same first initial, one of them was only referred to as Ryan and the other one was Ryan insert initial of last name. It was very confusing. I could not, like, I can picture the faces of two of them. I have no idea which one was which. But hey, I knew their names. That was like one of the only situations where I actually knew their names. Forgot the name, but there were 5 girls in your class that had the same name and initial. You know, were they all put in the same, like, group project? Because that would have been funny. That would have been very funny. How did cookie cards go? Okay. Again, for clarification, for those who were not here just a second ago, I am late to today's stream because I was playing the Cookie Run card game at a tournament setting. And, I lost. I lost a lot. I would have been back on time, but we did 2 tournaments. I was very close in all but one match, but I lost.
I had a few people who had similar names to me in my high school, except with slightly different spelling. I once even got an after-school detention because one of them misbehaved and the teacher put the wrong name down on the system. Luckily it was quickly fixed. I was generally the quiet kid at school.
I'm glad you got it fixed though, that you didn't get like dinged or anything because you had your name put down instead, but oof. I'm very glad that I never ran into a class that had anyone else with my same legal name. I'm very glad. I'm very glad I never had that. Although it could have happened. It happened to one of my friends, but thankfully nothing came of it. It was just kind of annoying. I never had them in that class, but it was fun. It was fun to hear about. Let me read off your shadow because it didn't go in. To be fair, back in secondary, middle school to high school for USA, I was in a class where I had 4 people, including me, to have the same 4 people. I also forgot XD. 4 people. 4 people. Damn, this is late. Nice to meet you. All right, well, see ya, Red-Nosed. But yeah, I would have started 30 minutes earlier is the only thing. I normally start on the hour, but I was late. Yeah, I was late. But we'll keep going. We'll do 30 minutes longer than normal because we need at least the 2 hours, if not longer. So just saying that now. Late-ish, yeah. You were more talkative in college, but it was because college was more pleasant and I wasn't talkative in a good way. UK college equals US high school. Really? It's different? I don't know why I thought college was the same everywhere, but that makes sense. I was never super talkative in any form of school. I can go through this. I don't think this is an issue. So in elementary school, I was, and I don't think this surprises anyone, I was the weird kid. I was the kid that like almost no one wanted to talk to because I was the weirdo, and I was fine with that. People tried to bully me. I didn't care. I was just going and living my best days. Okay, shut up, VCat. And I'm still not talkative, but I can manage now. I'm managing right here. This counts, right? But yeah, elementary school, no one wanted to be around me. The only way I made friends was, I would like to put it, I collected the people who had no friends. Like, there was a boy who I befriended because I talked to them every single day at the gate waiting to get into school. And, that was fine. They kind of put up with me. The only way we actually became friends was I had, begged this boy to give me a pass or a invitation to his birthday party because I thought we were friends at the time. And he had basically given out a pass, invitation to everyone else in our class and a few other people, except for me. So I had asked for one, he had given me one, and then I proceeded to be the only person that showed up to his birthday party. So I don't know what that says, but then we were friends, and then he put up with me, and then that was that. So that was fun. I don't remember. I had like 3 good friends. One of them was a transfer student that I had met when they had just transferred. She was nice. I talked to her for a long time. And then there was another one that got really weird later in elementary school, but I had befriended her in kindergarten. Other than that, I was not super talkative to anyone. So yeah, that was it. Talk more to teachers than others. Honestly, I don't talk to anyone if I can help it. Middle school was a little different because middle school I did not go in the same zone at all as my elementary school. So in other words, we had no one. Like, I knew no one going into middle school, so I had to make friends, and I was a lot more outgoing and arguably a lot less weird in middle school. So that one was normal. That one, I made friends first year. Like, I think one of the friends that I still talk to now that I made was bonding over modded Minecraft, because at the time I had no idea how to install mods, because it was before the likes of like CurseForge and all the really easy stuff. So I befriended her talking about modded Minecraft, and she was very happy. Again, still talk to this day. And then we had another boy that I befriended over talking about Pokemon. And those are basically the only two long-lasting friendships that I had that I still have from middle school. And the rest of them, I had other friends. I probably had like 3 or 4 other people that I was very friendly with that I just don't talk to anymore. That one was fine. Still not very social. If they were not in my immediate friend circle or introduced from other friends into my friend circle, did not talk about them. Long-lasting friendships you got from school. Oh no, Scales! Scales, please tell me you just, no! No, Scales! You transferred schools a lot when you were younger, and you learned that you couldn't make friends for the first week, you just sit there. Oh no. I am very grateful that I never had to transfer schools. Elementary school I stayed for the whole 6 years? Yeah, kindergarten plus 5th. Yeah, 6 years. Middle school I was there for the full 3 years. High school I was there for the full 4 years. So I got very lucky at that front. But really I never talked to anyone, and I never wanted to talk to the teachers. Except for like very select things. And then high school was a little bit different. I made friends, but most of them were not long lasting. Like, really most of the lasting friendships that I had from high school were people I was friends with in senior year. Obviously a few of them I met like freshman year and so on and so forth, mainly through Smash Brothers Club. If it was not for Smash Brothers Club, I don't think I would have any high school friends. Because I had girls that I'd talk to, because like the very first day in high school, I was sitting at a lunch table. And the lunch tables were very hard to come by. And another girl sat down and was like, hey, can I sit here? Can I eat? And then sure. And then we sat together for the rest of the time. Like, until I found the Smash Brothers Club table and just played Smash Brothers during lunch instead. So that was fine. And then another girl had sat down, and they kind of became like bookworms, kind of. Because they always read during lunch. And I'm like, I'll bring my Pokemon manga. That counts, right? So I kind of read during lunch, but I found the Smash Brothers table. I'm like, yeah, that's the best part. So yeah, I found that. And then COVID happened. And COVID happened late sophomore year for me. So sophomore year was a lot like freshman year. Played Smash Brothers after the game came out the entire time. And everything was fine. Imagine one of your friends randomly join and says, hi, real name, Twitch. I don't think, well, okay. All of the people, the 2 people that I am friends with still from middle school, know about the Twitch already. They already know. And the people I'm friends with from high school that I still talk to helped me set up the like Discord server and stuff, so they are very well aware, and they were well aware when I was looking for the model. All of them know. All of them know. All of them very much know. And I probably should be worried about it, but genuinely I'm more worried about being doxxed by my parents. Like, the people from high school have come very close, but thankfully it hasn't happened yet. So no, in that regard, it's fine. In that regard, it's perfectly fine. Back in year 11, final year of secondary, you pretty much had picked all your spots for lunch, so you're bullied by anyone younger. Okay, that happened some from what I know in high school. Like, all of the people became very territorial over their tables, but at the end of the day, it came down to who was there first. If someone else was sitting at that table first, and then people filled in from their friend group into that table, you couldn't beat your way into that table. Like, even if that was your quote-unquote table, like you sat there every other day of the year, if another group of like 2 people or more was there, you were not getting that table. There was fights that broke out over tables. My school really needed more tables, but that's okay. More likely to dox yourself than your parents? You don't understand. Like, whenever my mom comes on to stream, she really likes to tell stories like, hey, insert name of person here really likes talking to insert name of other person here. And then, like, you have to, if you were able to see her face whenever she gets on stream and she has to say Civ instead of my actual name, there is some gears turning in her facial expression that I do not get picked up at all by the model. It is very fascinating to watch, actually. So yeah, it's definitely a risk. I don't think my dad, if he ever talked on stream, I don't think he would dox. I don't think he has the power to dox. I mean, he obviously has the power to, but it's my real name. I'm not saying my real name, VCat. I'm not saying my real name. Why would I say my real name? Your mother would be perplexed. I don't know. I mean, I'm very lucky that my parents and my friends, for the most part, my parents are very supportive. For the most part, all of my friends were very supportive of doing the whole VTuber streamer thing because they all knew I wanted to be a content creator for a lot of years, especially my parents. And they're all fine with it. And like, they definitely respect like whenever I want to stream or anything of the sort, as long as basically my dad does not care. As long as I move the Wi-Fi back on Sunday night so he can go play Halo, he doesn't care. And then my mom, she's supportive. She's very supportive. So everything in there works out very, very well. You've heard of VTubers that put their parents on rigorous training programs to make sure they don't dox them. Dear God, parental training for VTubers? I don't think they take too kindly to that. You respect him for the Halo dedication. He's loved Halo for years. Like, I grew up in elementary school playing Halo against him, for Halo Reach, and obviously he played way longer than that. And it was only recently, like within the past year, has he like found a group of people that he met at a, where did he even meet them? I have no idea where he met these people, but he just starts playing Halo. Like, he has his Sunday night Halo game, and that is his happy time. His very happy time. I say a lot of things. You say a lot of things. What do you say? What do you say? What do you say a lot of things of? I do not remember. But, Hunter XLR, welcome in, welcome in. Welcome in. Let me take a drink really quick while I try and complete my thought process that is completely dying at the moment. There we go. You know what would be really funny? Hunter, we have another person that goes by Wizard and likes to cast spells. That would have been a very, that would have been a very good thing if Wizard was here. It would have been very funny to me. Anyway, welcome in, Sky. I'm glad you got done with your wood cutting. Hopefully it went well. I don't know how wood cutting wouldn't go well. I guess you would still be woodchuck cutting. Yeah, wood cutting. I was about to start the woodchuck nursery rhyme or whatever, like tongue twister, and like that is not relating. That is not relating. You too use a spell? It's called Prick. Dear God. What does this spell do, Hunter? Should I be scared of this spell? Is this a spell that it's a mighty spell? Does it brick my cell phone? Is that what happens? Can I no longer make emergency calls? Is this the problem? Can I no longer use Wi-Fi with my cell phone? Just throw a brick? It's boring. I can deflect the brick. Surely I can deflect the brick in some sort of way. Weak spell. Better spell. We need a better spell, Hunter. We need a much better spell. Deal damage or psychological damage? If it deals, okay, if it was a brick that dealt psychological damage, I would respect the brick. If it's just a brick, I don't know if I respect the brick. I don't know.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? He would, as much as he could, and chuck as much wood.
Is that what the second thing is? I've only ever heard the, how much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I've only ever heard that part. I've never heard the second part. Is that official? Is that official? I've never heard the second part. Okay. I'm also very impressed I was able to say that and not stutter. My speech is getting better. Kinda happy I didn't read it for once. I don't know. I'm not gonna read though. Copy and paste it from a website. So it is a thing? Wait. Woodchuck tongue twister. What happens if Google? Oh, that's the answer. Okay. So is it supposed to be kind of like the, like, knock-knock jokes in a way, where someone says the first part and someone else has to reply with the tongue twister with the second part? Because that would make sense.
Betty Botter bought some butter, but she said the butter's bitter. If I put it in my batter, it will make my batter bitter, but a bit of better butter will make my batter better, so it was better. Betty Botter bought a bit of better butter.
I'm not saying that one. I never practiced that one. I've heard it like once in my life before this. I am not saying that one. There's a few. Like, I can do the Sally sells seashells by the seashore one because I practiced it. I can do the woodchuck one because I practiced it. I've never practiced the Betty Botter one. Never. Maybe once. I know I've heard it before. Maybe it was twice. Maybe twice have I heard it. That's hard mode one. Is there a normal one? Is it just the first half that you say? Because I know I'm gonna butcher that one. Is there another way? Tongue twisters. English tongue twisters. What is their popular tongue twisters? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickle. Yeah, I can't even do that one. The pickled pepper ones. If I did it, I probably could have done it. Yeah, okay. Okay.
He's a lumberjack and he's okay. He sleeps all night and he works all day.
Is that a tongue twister or is that a song? Is that a thing? Thank you for the follow, Phantom! Welcome in, welcome in. Is that a tongue twister? I've never heard that one. I've never heard that one before. There's okay, I know the Fuzzy Wuzzy one. I didn't know what the heck it was from, but I had seen, and I know the Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Like, I know that one. I know that one. I don't know why I thought that was a TV show. Oh wait, that was Wow Wow Wubsy. Okay, never mind. Okay, never mind. My brain is correlating things. Tongue twisters make the brain work better, even if you can't say them. How's my day going? My day's going great. I may have lost a lot in card game earlier, but that's okay because they were all very close. And most of the ones I won would not have had good packs anyway, so it is perfectly fine. Thank you for the sub scales. Enjoy the sub sky. You want me to say okay, Foggy. I've always said it's Worcestershire sauce, but I could also see it being Worcestershire sauce. I don't know which one it technically is, but I thought it was Worcestershire, but I don't know where the I comes from in that. It's just how my family says it, but I think it's Worcestershire, if I'm not mistaken, or I'm completely wrong. Both are better than you expected. How do you say it properly? Wait, how do you say it properly? The only reason I know is because I've seen that before. My god, thank you for another gifted sub, Scales! Oomphy, I don't know if you're here, but enjoy. They right here, right now. You've already found someone? I'm glad. And welcome in, Boredom. And thank you for the follow as well. Alright, I need to Worcestershire. Oh, is it? No, Worcestershire sauce. Google Translate. How do you say this? Google Translate. Please. Okay, or not. Pedia. Pronunciation. Nunciation. No sure in Shire? Wait, how was I saying it? Worcestershire. Worcestershire. Worcestershire? Oh, am I thinking of a different sauce? I think I was thinking of a different... No? I was thinking of the same thing. Wait, okay. Worcestershire shot. This is worse than the tongue twisters, dear God! Worcestershire shots. I don't think that's correct. Don't worry, Americans always mispronounce it. It's a US tongue twister. Okay. Okay, can I say okay, I can if I remember what the word is. Supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. I can say that one only because of the stupid song. That is the only reason I can do that. Worcestershire sauce? Worcestershire sauce. Worcestershire sauce. Hi, Suko! It's English time! Welcome to English class, and I am the student, and my phone just got unplugged. 1 second. Come back, please. There we go. I actually said it right. Hell no. What do you mean hell no? Come back here, Suko. You're not allowed to leave this classroom. You've already attended. You showed up for attendance. Roll call has been given. You are here, and you will learn English with us, because apparently that's what we're doing. We started with tongue twisters, and then we got to really hard words, and I don't know how that came up. Worcester sauce? So in other words, I don't need to say the sure sauce part. Worcestershire sauce. I'm still gonna say Worcestershire because that is what my entire family says. So we are good. Sardine comes off cooldown. I remember you got another fun word. Dear God. I swear if you give me like a medical term, I'm gonna make you say something else. Came to Twitch do math. I didn't think you'd be doing this. Who needs math? Who needs math when you can have English? Right? It is a medical term. Something else, Foggy. Something else, Foggy. We don't need any medical terms, Foggy. Okay, country names are a huge grammar trap. I'm bad at names. I can't even say like 90% of the like American city names. As it is, some of the states, the only reason I know how to say it is because they're a state and we have to learn the 50 states. Even though there's no way in hell I'm gonna be able to name all 50 states off the top of my head, but at least if I look at how to say them, I know how to say the state names. When it comes to anything else though, no. Any European country, I will probably mispronounce it in some way, shape, or form. The different, Canada has provinces, right? I would say that provinces, I don't think I could actually say them properly. Anyone else? I can probably say most of the South American countries. The Asian countries, I might mispronounce. Like the main ones, like the ones everyone knows how to say, like China and South Korea, like I can say those. Like I think most of them I can probably say properly, or at least how I was taught to say them. But other ones, I know I I mispronounced like half of the African countries too. I'm just really bad at pronouncing things. I can't even pronounce like names that people come in with. Like sometimes I'll see a name and I'll be like, ooh, can I just say the easy word? Like Day, who came in earlier, I was like, I can't even say what most people call you unless it's Dio, but I don't think that's right. I could be wrong. Why'd you get an ad on Obama? You got an Obama ad? Wait, I was about to ask why there'd be an Obama ad right now, and I don't want this to get political, so I will rescind my question, but I am very confused. I am very confused. But at least it was entertaining, Suko. See, English class is, teaching some interesting things here. Aren't you so glad you attended? Now everyone, please, please, please. I was about to say quiet down for the teacher, but then I realized I'm not even the teacher here. What the heck? Hydroxychloroquine? Chloroquine? It's hydroxychloroquine. Hydroxychloroquine? It's either hydroxychlorophene sulfate or hydroxychloroquine sulfate. I think it's quin. Hydroxychlorophene sulfate. I think. I could be very off, but that looks right. That sounds right in my head. I don't, it's the quin part is the part that's throwing, like, messing with me, because Q's are pronounced very weird in a lot of shapes and forms. I don't think HCZT. Where did the Z and the T come from? I don't understand medical terminology and short terming. I am so dead. But welcome in, Phantom. I guess you were here. We're big words. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that's used for, but I was told to say it, therefore I say it. I apologize. But this is school. I don't know why this became school, but this became school. This became English class. Learn from the teacher who doesn't know how to pronounce things. Maybe I can teach people how to pronounce things wrong, and that's fun, maybe. I'm a cookie person. Well, I do like Cookie Game. I do like Cookie Run. I can't argue with that fact. Don't remember half the history classes. Okay, history is one of those topics that I find interesting in the fact that I like to hear about it in the moment. When it comes to remembering dates or names, I sucked at history. I could remember basic events, like what happens during events that I learned about, even though normally none of my events talked about anything other than the Civil War in the United States and World War I. I don't know why those were the only two things that, like, any of my history classes covered. Like, they'll talk about the Civil War. Every single history class I had talked about the Civil War. And then they talked about the World War I. If it was US history, they didn't get to World War I. They talked about the Civil War. And then they talked about, like, the, what was it? The, like, Panhandle debacle they had with the farming, with the red dust. They talked about that, and that's where class stopped. Like, we didn't make it very far in history. We never got far enough to ever get to World War II. We never got far enough to get anywhere else. Definitely nothing in more recent times, like 90s or onward. It was, this is some American education. It is very American education. And it was always, like, dates. Like, what day did this battle take place? Who was the commander in this battle? Who did this? I'm like, no. You taught us Civil War. North and South. that was the extent of my knowledge. It could not go any further. And it still, for the most part, does not go any further. Okay, wait, they did talk about, what's it called? The Boston Tea Party a lot. That came up a lot too, no matter what history class it was in. But that was it. That was it. I mean, if you take British classes in the summer, what are you learning about for British classes? So American history was all about the war and nothing else. There was other stuff. There was the war, there was the Civil War, and then it was mainly, like, it was always, how America got independence. So normally you'd talk about the war that they had with France, and then it'd be the war with the UK, and then it'd be the war with itself, and then it'd jump to be like some other very random point in time, like the farming issue they had was the main thing. Yours talked about places in history like Rome, Egypt. I only remember those two because the chapter I found in the Bible got 100 of them. That's fair. That's fair. No. Every history class I ever took was America-centric, which in theory makes sense. We never learned about the history of other countries in any of my classes. And like I said, it was always Civil War, World War I. That was Civil War, World War I. Civil War, World War I. Sometimes it was, Civil War, random American event. And that was only for American history. It was it was very different. Most history classes in the UK were UK-centric. We did have a few exceptions though. There was... No. I was gonna say there was exceptions. The only exception I had was government. And guess what? We learned about the US government. That was a fun class actually, just because of the teacher. But for the most part, no. It was so basic. It was so unnotable that no. You learn about stuff, mainly geology. You learned about geology? Oh, British geology. Okay, no, I get it. Geology is another class I was really bad at. Like, I understand this is a rock. Why do I need to know any more about the rock? Why do I need to know where the rock came from? That is the extent of rock. I learned about rocks. I understood rocks. Rocks made sense. That they were rocks. I had to take a geology class in college, and that one was interesting because that was a 2-part class, and one of it was a lecture hall with like 100 people in it, and the other part you had to take a mandatory lab credit. So the lecture hall was fine, it was basic. It's like, hey, look at these rocks, this is what these rocks are. Hey, look at this mountain, can you tell me what happened to this mountain? What happened because rock type? The answer was always no. I had no idea what they were explaining. The best part of that was when they were talking about fossils and how there's scientists out there that are trying to recreate the dodo bird based on DNA with chickens and messing around with the DNA. That part was fancy to me. It scared me, but that was interesting. But yeah, I don't know. That part was something. Definitely something. What else? There was something else that... Oh yeah, the lab. The lab was dumb though, because most of the days we would have to be like put in a table. This was really fun because we had an ex-military person as our, it was technically our teacher, but it was also a like teacher in training volunteer sort of thing. So they weren't getting paid for it, so they really didn't care what we did, but they'd always sit us down, and there was probably like 20 to 30 of us, I don't quite remember, in this room. And we were at like the long, like normal sciencey tables that were really thick, like crosswise and really long. There's like, it always fit 2 people. We had those tables, and then they just sit rocks in front of us. And depending on the assignment, it was always, hey, look at this rock. What can you tell me about this rock? And then we had to fill out a piece of paper about the rock. It was such a stupid class. Rock study very intensely. It really was. Like, normally what would happen is we'd have to rotate to every table to look at the rock. And I don't know, like you had to say what kind of rock it was. Then you'd have to describe the texture of the rock. And then you'd have to guess what you think the rock was. And one of the things you could do was lick the rock for taste. I never did that. There was we were always in groups of like 3 too. Or maybe, no, it was 2. It was groups of 2 normally that were looking at the rock, because it was whoever could fit on the table. And you were allowed to talk to each other. And someone licked it. Yes! We were allowed to lick it, apart from ones that were labeled do not lick. Because one of the rocks that we could have was a salt rock. Rock taste? Did I mishear? No! We were allowed to taste the rocks in geology class, unless it was hazardous. Then we were not allowed to taste it. There was like 5 rocks that we were not allowed to lick, but no, people were licking the rocks, and it was really gross because people would lick over the same spot. And no, college was, that was a very weird class. That was during the time when I thought college was easy, because I had a class where you could lick rocks for a grade. I mean, you had to do other stuff, but guys, we could lick rocks for college credit. Wow. American schooling system. Professional rock licking? I wish if you lick them enough, they'll eventually die. That is a very good use for that Skylanders quote, Foggy. But yeah, that's like my physics teacher telling me you can eat the mixtures that you don't make, but don't come to crying after. Pretty much. That's pretty much what this person thingy said. Was, yeah, you can lick them unless they're, you know, dangerous. There was quote-unquote dangerous rocks that were, like, not dangerous to be in the same air of, but you should not consume. I cannot remember what those were anymore, but they existed. I know someone took great pride. I got to watch someone being so happy because there was a piece of obsidian that was in there, and they were so happy to lick the obsidian. There was no reason they had to lick the obsidian. The obsidian was very easy to tell that it was obsidian. Like, you didn't have to look at anything. If you knew what obsidian was, then you could just do it. He was so happy. That kid was so happy. That is the only reason, Lupin. He was making Minecraft jokes the entire time. He was so happy to lick that obsidian. And I was so waiting for him to cut his tongue, and it did not happen. And I was very disappointed. Because he kind of deserved it with how much he was toting up how he licked that obsidian way too much. Like, normally, most people who licked the rocks that wanted to taste the rocks to actually get something out of the rocks would, like, stick the tip of their tongue onto the rock, and then that'd be it. This kid, like, nearly French kissed the obsidian. I can't believe I never told this story. This has been, like, buried in my mind for so long. Once I never licked a rock. I never licked the rock. I do not want to eat the rocks. I never licked the rocks. Thank you for the follow, Bloody Machete. Welcome in, welcome in. We'll make a short now. I could be next week's short about licking rocks. Relaxing stream. Gonna go to sleep now. No worries, no worries. I don't know how licking rocks is, you know, I can see how it's relaxing in some sort of way, but have a good night. Have a good night indeed. Thank you for coming by. So yeah, I rock licking for college. I don't know how did we get here again? I don't know how we got here. We did something to get here, and I don't know what that something was. Weird college classes, maybe? Method Jack Sparrow, the video. You know, okay, let me write this down. Let me write this down. Oh, welcome in, welcome in. What is your question? Hopefully it's not too bad. Where is my... What was the question about Worcestershire sauce? Let me... Long words led to rock licking. I see. Okay. YouTube scripts. Kid licking rock in college geology lab. Obsidian French kiss. Write this for next week. Alright. I feel like I need to screenshot this because this is what happens when I say I have a reason or something to do with everything. Could I say hamburger? What's wrong with hamburger? What's wrong with... I don't get it, but I'm good with that. Because, hey, I like hamburgers. I don't care if I say it wrong, but I like hamburgers. I like them. I feel like this is a great segue into Burger Logic, but I don't know if we should go into Burger Logic. And thank you for the follow! I feel like it's necessary. I heard burger. Hi, Zen! Welcome in, welcome in! You know what? Perfect reasoning for Burger Logic. Perfect reasoning for Burger Logic. I see more people saying Burger Logic yes than Burger Logic no. On a journey, make 1,000 streamers say it. Good luck on your journey. I hope you can reach it. I wish you luck. I wish you luck. You don't need Burger Logic? Okay. Okay. We're gonna do a poll. We're gonna do a very quick poll. And this is going to decide whether we do it. It's only gonna be a 1 minute. Should I explain? Because Burger Logic is a wonderful thing. Burner Logic, yeah, not Burger Logic. Burger Logic. Yes or no? It doesn't matter if you don't know what it is. It is a wonderful poll. All right, and I should really quickly, this was the note I made to myself to make the video about rock licking. I don't know if this, look at my, wow, I love my, I love it. I love it so much. I love my typing skills. They're magical. You could explain egg logic after you get a haircut. After a haircut? Hey, my hair's been perfectly content. I know I made you bald yesterday during your collab, but you know, at least I kept my horns. Let me... Okay. How is the poll looking? It's tied? Guys, untie the poll! I don't want to be the tiebreaker for the poll. Do you guys want me to explain Burger Logic? Burger Logic is magical. Burger Logic is magical. Burger Logic is very magical. Oh, no one wants it. Anyway. Hey, guys, look at my bald head. Oh, it's winning? Burger Logic won! Burger Logic won! Read your message. What is your message? Don't ask you how. This sounded a normal woodcutting weekend conversation. 2 year of your cousins went from hamburger to space NAS. What? How do you go from that? How does that, you know, doesn't change too much. Your horns are attached to your head. We'd have to do more to remove them. True. But they remove pretty easily. And they don't mess the head dent. So it's fancy. Anyway, I'll wait for my hair to come back and then I'll start on Burger Logic, because Burger Logic, I will get so distracted with my head that I'll get so distracted. I won't be able to finish Burger Logic. I'm already getting distracted. All right, I need to formulate my thoughts. I haven't explained Burger Logic in a very, very long time. So I will get that ready. Feeling taller than Civ? Wait, what? Debate Burger Logic when it happens? Do you want to debate Burger Logic? I feel like that's proper. I feel like that's proper. Alright though. Burger Logic. How many of you have not heard Burger Logic? Is the very question I want to ask. I think most of you have heard it, if I'm not mistaken. Like, I know Shadow's heard it, I know Suko's heard it, I know, Foggy's heard it. What's better, hamburger or cheeseburger? Honestly, it depends on the burger. It depends what's on it. It's better in some other ways. Like, if I had to choose between a plain hamburger or a plain cheeseburger, I would 100% say the plain hamburger. But in other terms, when it comes to built hamburgers, like the double from In-N-Out or something, it's better with the cheese. Or the Big Macs, they're better with the cheese. I don't have either very often, but they're better with the cheese. I don't know if that answers the question, but I would say if you were comparing just standard hamburgers to standard cheeseburgers, hamburgers are better. If you're comparing fully built hamburgers with lettuce, onion, and everything else on it, I would say that the cheeseburger is better, because more flavor. But that is my thing. Anyway, the hair's back. The hair is back. Burger Logic time. Now, I want everyone to hear me out on this. What is a burger? At its core, right? A burger is normally 2 buns, aka a bun, and a patty. A patty usually being beef. However, it could be any kind of beef, or any kind of meat. Because there's people that call chicken sandwiches burgers, depending on where in the... My hair's gone. I'm gonna keep going. Oh, that's my wings. Turn off the halo. Where in the world you are. It depends. It depends based on where you are. So chicken sandwiches can be considered burgers by a lot of people. And also normal, really anything else that's in between 2 buns can be considered a burger, because there's such things as veggie burgers. So basically any kind of meat or any kind of vegetable with some kind of bun is a burger. But what is a bun? Normally, it's a type of wheat. However, it could also be any kind of grain. So any kind of grain plus the wonders of either meat or vegetable could be a burger. I'm explaining this very poorly, but in other words, that means because most tacos are made with some kind of grain that, you know, that could be a burger. Tacos are burgers as long as it's in a flour shell, like a tortilla. Or hot dogs are burgers because they have a bun and a type of meat. You know, it's becoming burgers. They're burgers. But what else could be a burger, you ask? Oh yes, there's also lettuce wrapped burgers. So basically anything with a lettuce could also be a burger, because we've already established that vegetables and or meats are burgers. But what's a vegetable? That's a plant. So basically any kind of plant is a burger, because plant plus plant equals a plant. So salads are burgers no matter what's on it. If you want it to be a true burger, then you kind of need to have it to have lettuce and croutons, because croutons are a type of bread, but that's a burger. Oh, hi, Mom. Flying eating burgers is... Okay. You know, that's fair. That's fair. But hello, are you enjoying Burger Logic? I'm explaining it very poorly today, Mom. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yes. We've already established any kind of meat plus any kind of vegetable equals a burger. So that's fun, but that goes so much further, because that means so many things are burgers. I've kind of already really failed this for having made a poll and everything for this. But it's exciting. Oh, that's the wrong thing. There we go. So yeah, things are good. Just turn this and I'm out. Okay. Bye, Mom. Bye, Mom. I see how it is. But anyway, speed run. Everything's a burger. Tacos are burgers. Salads are burgers. I can debate anything on why it's a burger. Everything is a burger. If you really go so far, you can even say that the ocean's a burger, because what is in the ocean? That is right. Meats and vegetables, aka plants and meats, and that is a burger. And the water's just the catalyst for the ocean, therefore the ocean is burger. Is a corn dog a burger? That one's easy, because corn dog's breaded. Corn dog has breading and meat, therefore corn dog is a burger. And the meat is even contained within the breading, therefore it's burger. Ocean is a soup, well, soups are burgers. Soups are burgers. Can your hand be a burger? The only option to burger logic is something that is currently living cannot be a burger. Now, I don't want to condone cannibalism, but if your hand was no longer connected, then yes, your hand could be a burger. I do not condone cannibalism at all. Do not do that. I'm just saying. I am just saying. Yes, corn dogs are not burgers. They're gross. How dare you? Corn dogs are amazing. Have you ever had a good corn dog, Scales? Clearly you've never had a good corn dog. I grew up on corn dogs. No, I do not condone cannibalism, especially not I know. Do not lop off your own hand or anyone else's. Do not, I repeat, do not. I do not condone that. I do not want you to do that. I do not do anything for that. No. Harry out, soup is soup and ocean is a soup and hot dogs are tacos. I would agree with all that, but only if you say that all of those things can also be burgers. Sid and Scales are from the UK where corn dogs aren't a thing. You don't like hot dogs, so you probably won't like corn dogs. Okay. If you've never had a corn dog, don't knock it till you try it, because normally corn dogs use different types of sausages as hot dogs. Like, they normally have different ones. There are bad corn dogs. There are bad corn dogs, just as there are bad hot dogs. Depending on the type of hot dog you get, it could be very gross. I've had a lot of really gross hot dogs. However, if you have the right kind of hot dog, I enjoy it. They also need ketchup, but that's besides the point. If there's a corn dog that has a good hot dog, then it's normally pretty good. And if the edges are crispy, like the batter's actually crispy around the corn dog, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Joven, welcome in. I am not a furry. But I am doing good. I may have lost a lot of card games today, but that's okay. You don't like ketchup, mustard, or mayo? That's okay, because you can also, other people disagree with me, but you can eat corn dogs with Thousand Island. You can eat corn dogs with Catalina. You can eat corn dogs with, teriyaki was pretty good. You can eat corn dogs with, dear God, a lot of sauces. I've tried a lot of sauces on corn dogs. I, like, grew up in middle school with corn dogs. Also, Hashira, welcome in. Corn dogs with ranch? I've never tried a corn dog with ranch. I probably wouldn't mind ranch plus barbecue or ranch plus ketchup. I don't like ranch by itself, so I don't know if I'd ever do it like that. Main sources of barbecue and hot sauce? Depending on the barbecue could be really good on the corn dog. If it's the right kind of corn dog and the right kind of barbecue, it can be a good combo. If it's a bad, like, if it's a more spicy kind of barbecue, that's up to preferential taste. I kind of prefer, because normally corn dogs have like a sweet-ish batter. Normally there's some kind of like sweetness in the batter for the corn dog, which is probably why I never wanted to try ranch on it. But as long as the barbecue doesn't counteract that sweetness, like it's a very faint sweetness, then it's probably fine. That's why a lot of the sauces I named are more sweet based sauces than anything else. Like they're still savory at the end of the day, but I don't know. I've been to America but somehow missed getting a corn dog. You never had a corn dog? Guys, you're missing out. I grew up with corn dogs. So, okay, story time. Every day when I came home from middle school, and this is gonna make me sound like a glutton or something, I didn't really eat lunch because I always had to pack my own lunch, because lunches in America, they suck a lot. I don't think I have this picture, but quite literally in my middle school, there was a whole bunch of, what's it called? Lunch types. There was lunch types. and it was like dog trays. They'd basically give you a dog tray. It'd have a little cup of fruit that was always gross. It'd have then some other kind of side, or like main entree. The main entree was normally either a slice of pizza, which was fine, or like 3 micro chicken nuggets or something. Like, it was not enough to support a kid, especially since they would only give you milk. You could either have vanilla milk or normal milk or chocolate milk. There was nothing else, which for me, as someone who cannot have dairy, I cannot consume straight dairy. I can have cheese, because thankfully the protein I'm allergic to is not in there, but I cannot have straight dairy without losing my immune system practically. So I could never eat lunches. I always had to bring my own. Long story short, lunches were never enough to fill me up, and I would always come home and eat a corn dog. Always. I had a box of frozen corn dogs, normally all individually packaged. I would microwave it. I learned how to microwave it. It would never be crispy. I never had a crispy corn dog, but I could at least make it so they were perfectly heated on all sides and not mushy. And I loved those corn dogs. They were so good. I would probably still eat them. I made myself sick on them because that was 3 years straight of eating a corn dog every single day after school. I made myself sick off them for a time, but I could probably eat them now and be fine. That's also why I tried so many sauces on corn dogs, but I love them. And if you get a corn dog like at a county fair, or especially the Disneyland corn dogs, I know most of you have never been to Disneyland. They have really good corn dogs. Like, they have like jumbo sized corn dogs. Like, they're probably like, I don't know, I want to say they're probably roughly like a foot long of a corn dog. Like, they are really like they really give you a bang for your buck kind of corn dog. Like, they're big, and they're all hand battered. Like, they're really good, and their batter is normally really good. I've been to Disneyland Paris when I was 5. Maybe, I don't know if Disneyland Paris would have them, but I also have heard some really weird things about Disneyland Paris. That's the only Disney park I don't know a lot about. Like, that in the 2 parks in China, I don't know a lot about. Like, I know the US parks very well. I know the Japanese parks fairly well. I don't know anything about Euro Disney, and I don't know very much about Hong Kong or Shanghai. But I know Disneyland, and I know they have good corn dogs. They also have really good, like corn on the cob. I really like their corn on the cob. They're just normal buttered corn on the cob. It is good. It is good. And especially after, there's a restaurant in America called Chili's that has, that used to have corn on the cob as a side, and it used to be really good. And they recently got rid of it. So like the only place I've really had corn recently is Disneyland, and that's sad. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Never been to Disney unless you count Cinestream. Okay, you know, we're taking a field trip again. One of these days, we're gonna make another field trip, and I'm gonna stream, or in the server, I'm gonna do the Disneyland Minecraft server, because it is a very, very good thing. I'm taking you guys to Disneyland in Minecraft. I can't afford to take you guys to Disneyland in real life. I can't even afford to take myself. But, we'll be good. Oh, why did that auto mod? Just gonna allow that. You went to the Japan park, in SF. Entry fee was $20. That was it? That was it? Can sort that out for you. I would love to do that. I mean, I'm kind of more tempted to stream it, but it might be more fun if we do it via like an event in the server. Yeah, I think we would. That was it. Yeah, I don't know why I got auto-modded, Hajira. I have no idea. Weird. But yeah, I would do that because there is a Minecraft server that is dedicated to making an accurate representation of Disneyland with audio and working rides. Like, it's phenomenal. I cannot even tell you. And they have both Disneyland and Disney California Adventure. They have both parks. There's some things that aren't there, like they haven't finished or they're updating or whatever. It is good. And they're building the hotels too. Like, as someone who lives and breathes Disneyland, like, I don't want to give myself the really bad Disney adult connotation, because I do not think I fall under that. However, I am obsessed with the parks and they make me very happy. Save events? Yeah, I'll talk about that later, VCat. I need to talk to the mods later, so we'll do that. But yeah, I know I've taken a lot of you guys to Minecraft Disneyland. We're going again, and I'm pointing out the corn dog castle when we go past, and the little red corn dog cart, because corn dogs are important and they are great at Disneyland. There's, I think, 3 places that you can get a good corn dog at Disneyland. There might actually only be 3 places to get a corn dog, but I would not quote myself on that. Because there's one on Main Street with the little red wagon. There's one in Frontierland at Stage Door Cafe. And there's one at DCA with the corn dog castle. I think that's it. I don't think I'm missing one. I think those are the only 3 places. I don't know why I know the only 3 places you can get a corn dog. I haven't actually had a corn dog in a while. You want to go to a Disney park? Say I've been there, even though I'm not a big fan of Disney. Yeah. Right now, at this very point in time, is a great time to go to Disney because they have so much entertainment. I don't want to sound like an advertisement. I'm not trying to sound like an advertisement. This is just purely like, for those who are new here, I am someone who, as like my family, sits down at night and does one of 2 things. One, we either watch a person during dinner who goes around the park and talks about, hey, this is what the wait times look today. It's our State of Disneyland report. Or the same person who talks about all the updates coming to the park. Like, hey, this ride's closed for refurbishment. Hey, this ride has 1 tower down because it's being closed for refurbishment. Hey, like, insert. This show's not running at the moment. Like, that kind of thing. We either watch that or we watch a person who goes around and live streams Disneyland pretty much nightly and watches all the entertainment. Like, a lot. Favorite Disney park is Universal. Is there a UK Universal? Is there a UK Universal? Because, you know, I've only ever been to one Universal park, and that was last year, I think. I went to Universal Studios Hollywood. It was my first time there. It was cool. It was cool. I liked quite a bit about the park. I did a whole stream about this. I liked the Waterworld show. That was the last thing we did. I liked the Jurassic Park water ride, but that's just because I like Jurassic Park. I guess it was Jurassic World. I liked Mario Land. However, I did not like the ride. I liked the theming though. And everything else was
check DMs after stream.
Everything else was alright. Oh, and I really liked the tram ride. The tram ride that showed all the movie sets. Now that was cool. The rest of it, a lot of it was good. I didn't like the Transformers ride, but that's mainly because I didn't know what was going on. And there was a lot of screens. But it was still good. They have Super Nintendo World. The only parks that have Nintendo World are Disney Hollywood Studio has just Mario Land. Japan Universal has a Nintendo World, and currently Epic Universe in Florida has a large Nintendo World. Oh wait, are they getting it? Are they getting Universal? Or whatever the are they getting a Universal? Are they getting an Epic Universe type one, or are they getting something else? 2031 is a long time away. Yeah, that is a long time away. Epic Universe looks better than Modern Disney? Arguably, yes. Arguably, I would say Epic Universe looks great in terms of their theming. The only thing I think that does not compete, and granted, this is comparing Epic Universe to Disneyland, the only thing that doesn't compete in my mind is the wait times. The wait times at Epic Universe that I have seen, like their Harry Potter ride, that is, I'm pretty sure, a 300-minute wait, if not longer. AKA, that's like a 4-hour wait, or longer. Like, every time I've seen it. I think in the morning, like even if you get in the morning and it opens on time, that is what you rope drop, you are still waiting 2 hours for that ride. Unless you're very lucky and somehow first in line. That part, I do not think is better. The rides itself, they look great. Especially Isle of Berk. Isle of Berk, I'm a huge fan of How to Train Your Dragon. I think that one looks great. The waits are probably extremely long as current park is very new. Probably, but there's also the one problem with Epic Universe is there's not a ton of rides there. It's the same problem that Disney World faces, is that there's not a lot of rides for how much square footage and how many guests they can allow into it. I think I looked it up and it's around 11 rides they have, and granted, I'm pretty sure they're all good rides, apart from like one in Isle of Burke, which is just like a spinny ride. Like you're on a boom arm basically and you go around. But like there's the roller coaster in Isle of Burke, and there's a show in there. That doesn't count as a ride though. There's Stardust Racers in the hub. There's a small coaster and the main ride in, I can't remember what it's called, the Monsters Land. There's 2 question mark? I know there's at least the main ride in the Harry Potter one. I can't remember if there's another one. There's also 3 rides in Nintendo. There's the Mario Kart ride, there's the Yoshi ride, and then there's the Donkey Kong ride. That's 8. I'm at 8. What else? There's other, I think I'm missing a whole land. I just can't remember what it is. There's something else. World's largest theme park, Disney's Animal Kingdom, currently holds 7 rides. Yeah, wait, which one's being rethemed? Oh yeah, Dinosaur's being rethemed. Yeah, because Dinosaur, they lost the Dino Whirl, which was stupid. The thing, I don't count Animal Kingdom because Animal Kingdom, I visited it once. I really liked Animal Kingdom because I didn't care for Pandora. We had a really bad experience with Pandora, but the cool part about Animal Kingdom is it's the animals. The animals is what's, like, when I rank Disney World's parks, my ranking is Magic Kingdom 1, Animal Kingdom 2, and then Hollywood Studios Epcot, because I didn't like Epcot. But Animal Kingdom was cool because it's practically a zoo, but you don't feel bad for the animals. Like, it's cool. The safari was really cool. I would have gone on the safari more than once. I think it's Kilimanjaro's safari. That part's cool. I would not knock Animal Kingdom for not having a lot of rides, because the animals are awesome and the exhibits are everywhere. And then their main attraction, like there's 2 main attractions. There's the Pandora one, which I think would have been better if we weren't stuck on a corner and didn't have to watch that pre-show twice. And the what's it called? I don't remember what it's called. Expedition Everest, their main roller coaster, the one that sends you backwards. That one's cool. I went on that 6 times because we went for an after hours event, and then I made myself sick going on it so many times. I visited Epcot in 2016, which I'm glad because it looks like they ruined the park now. They got rid of a lot of water features. When I went in 2019, when they were starting to redo stuff, they changed the hub. And granted, I don't remember much about the hub. It doesn't look as good anymore, is all I can say. The new Epcot hub looks like, yeah, it's... Especially what they did with, I think, is it the Innovations building? I don't know what it is, but one of the buildings they changed, and they're like, we're gonna give this a holiday overlay. Insert one janky Christmas tree and like 3 fake presents. It did not look good at all. Epcot was always my least favorite. But there's cool stuff in Epcot. Like the whole Bay Area with all the countries, that part's cool. Canada's section sucked because everything was closed. I think they're supposed to have a show there or something, and that was gone. It's just this little gift shop in Canada. But the other ones are cool. I never got to go on the Ratatouille ride because that opened after I was there. I did the Frozen ride. It was not worth the wait time in my opinion, but it was fine. I heard people like that they like Nordstrom more, which was the ride that was there beforehand. Never got to go on it, can't speak on that. Soarin' is exactly the same as the one in California, except has a much longer line in Florida, so that's something. They have a Nemo ride that's basically just our Little Mermaid. And dear God, they have something else. I can't remember what else it is. Oh, Living with the Land. Living with the Land was fine. It's basically you go through a greenhouse and then you go and see fish. And you're like, oh, that fish is gonna get eaten. Wow. So Epcot's fine. It's just not as good as the other 3 in my opinion. Like, it has its charm. I know why people like Epcot. The one thing that I like about Epcot is the fact you can get to it in multiple ways, not just by bus. That part's cool. Nobles' biggest attraction is Twister and Phoenix Witch, which are 2 wooden coasters. One of them, I swear to God, gets faster each year. That sounds dangerous. Then there's a Flume and Sploosh water coasters. The Flume is your favorite. There are also other stuff like an Impulse roller coaster that goes upside down in a haunted mansion. Or a haunted mansion. And there are more, but those lights on. I see. I don't know. I'm at a loss. I don't like Disney World. I like Disneyland. There's a lot of cool stuff at Disney World. There's some things that are comparable between Disneyland and Disney World that Disney World does better. Mainly on individual attraction fronts, like their Peter Pan is better, their Tower of Terror in Hollywood Studios is better than our Guardians of the Galaxy one. There's some that I will say, yes, Disney World takes the cake 100%. But otherwise, yeah. You need to go to a Europe park in Germany at some point because it looks like Epcot's World Showcase has a proper theme park and even got its own golf ball. Oh. I need to see pictures of this. Europa Park. Oh! They even have the ball! Huh. I'll have to look at that later. I have never heard of that park before. The fact that it has the Epcot ball is funny to me. Why'd you challenge me to a duel? Here, accept it. There you go, we can fight. I believe I can win. I believe I can win a lot. Do you get a crit? You do not get a crit. Sorry, I got very distracted by this fight going on. I got a crit. Golf Ball has a roller coaster in it. Well, that's arguably better than Epcot's not Mission to Inner Space. That's the wrong thing. Is it Mission to Inner Space? It's not Mission to Inner Space, right? I don't remember. Mission. Is it something? I cannot remember what this ride is called. What ride is in the Epcot ball? Spaceship Earth. Okay. Mission to Inner Space is something that doesn't exist anymore in Disneyland. I lost. Oh well. If a Royale would stop it, I think a Royale probably would stop it. I was talking about Nobles. Oh, I know. I just started comparing it. I just know how to compare it. Do I know how to pronounce it? Not at all. I was told. I did know. I fail it. Spaceship Earth was very American. Spaceship Earth. I don't remember what happens. All I remember is in there, you had to fill out this like survey of what's your ideal household. And then you got this really creepy simulation where it took a picture of you and it's like, this is your spouse. They do all the work or whatever it was. And it was creepy. I don't know. Can we do a winner in the Royale gets a 5-minute timeout? We'll do a 3-minute timeout. I don't know why you want to battle for a timeout. If it's a mod or me, then it doesn't count. And we'll just go with it. Sure, we'll do that, VCat. Okay, guys, you don't want to win. You do not want to win the Royale. That is what we are learning here. Do not win the Royale. That would be bad. Very, very bad. But, yeah. If you ever travel to Pennsylvania for some reason, you should visit it. I'll keep it in mind. I don't have any plans to visit Pennsylvania at the moment, but you never know. Pennsylvania could show up on my bucket list. I actually haven't been to many states. Obviously, I've been to California. I've been to Nevada. I've been to Arizona. I've been to New Mexico. I've been to Texas. I've been to Michigan when I was very young. And I've been to Florida. Have I been to anywhere else? No. Yes. I went to Utah at one point in my life when I was very young. I think that's it. I think I've been to 8 out of 50 of the states. And most of that was basically just driving through them to get to Texas. For the most part. I don't remember why I went to Utah. I think it was one of my grandparents wanted to see one of like the gold towns or something and took me on like a really long trip to go see it. But I think that's it. Rest in peace, Shadow! I wasn't even paying attention to the Battle Royale. I was too busy trying to recount my past visits to places. But like I know I don't know why we went that route, but I know Arizona, New Mexico, we're just on the road to get to Texas for the Junior Olympics one year. That was the only reason. You've been to New York, and I think the closest you've been is Iowa. That's fair. Yeah, I don't... Let me look up a map. Let me see if anything else sticks out of like, oh yeah, I remember visiting there. USA map of states. All right, let me look at this. No, yeah, California, Nevada, Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, Texas. Then we at one point had flown to Florida and we had flown to Michigan. I've never been anywhere else. Those are the only states. Now I'm looking at a map, I'm like, oh, I now see why we had to go to Arizona to get to New Mexico to get to Texas. I understand maps now. I understand. I've never been to Hawaii, even though my parents have talked about possibly thinking about going at one point. Obviously never been to Alaska, and yeah. I don't think I've ever been to Oregon. I wouldn't be surprised if I had, but I don't think I have. Again, I think Utah was just because my grandfather at one point was really into mining towns and wanted to go see some over there. I don't know why we had to go to Utah for that, but we did. Because I have a little thing of like fake gold in a like little shaker jar that came from it. So I don't know. I've traveled, just not very well. I've never been out of the country. Might change next year. I might get to go to Japan to go to Disney, and that would be cool. I really need to learn Japanese. Everything I learned like a year ago, 2 years ago, I've forgotten. There's a few things that I can read. There's a few words that I know, but I can no longer write paragraphs. We don't need a boss fight. We're not doing the boss fight. We're not doing the boss fight, guys. Guys, we're not doing the boss fight. I don't know about east, south. South might be getting Gettysburg, which is a map, which your papa's land. Ah, I see. And the landmark there your family once owned? Oh. I read that so poorly that my brain is not comprehending anything I just read. You're gonna head off now? Alright, have a good night, Scales! Thank you for coming by, thank you for talking, thank you for sticking around for so long. But yeah, see ya. Why are you timing out the cat? Is it because the cat suggested the battle royale for a timeout? And then proceeded to not win it? So then you got timed out? Is this a revenge timeout? Is this a revenge timeout, Shadow? I don't know if revenge is suiting. I don't know if revenge is a good thing, Shadow. But, okay, so somehow we've successfully gone from talking about cookie card tournaments to words that are hard to, or from tongue twisters to words that are hard to say, to talking about US history classes, to talking about a kid that licked a rock, and then we got on to Disneyland. I think this has been a successful just chatting stream. I also got to talk about corn dogs somewhere in there, and I'm happy. I'm happy. I don't know what else to talk about. We still have another like half an hour at the very least, so I don't know. What would you guys like to talk about? Remember when you got timed out the first stream, you were here because I tried to defend you? That was unfortunate, Lupin. I do remember that. People are mean. Mainly to me, and therefore they'll be mean to anyone who's not mean to me. That's what I found out, but that's okay. You never had something to talk about? Okay, that's true. We've just been going, and I hate the fact that I even saw it pop up on the activity feed, and I'm like, Discord? Discord? Did something pop up on Discord? I even have it on streamer mode, and I know I have it on streamer mode. Okay. Ignore that. Is it bad? Is it bad that I am very tempted to run to the game store to buy another box of cookie cards. I'm not taking these losses today very well. I am very upset that okay, Foggy, to be fair, I only bought one box. I only bought one box when I did it last time, Foggy. I only bought one out of the two I was thinking about. Do it, keep gambling, gamble. But the problem, if I don't get anything good and I don't get anything I can trade, because So the thing about this game, I said I wasn't going to talk about Cookie anymore. I'm going to talk about it. So the Cookie game has 5 colors. There's 5 colors. And normally, in normal decks, you stick with one color. There's green, which is all about drawing more cards. And that's it. You draw more cards. It's a stalling deck, and it's painful to fight against. There's purple, which is all about trashing your opponent's cards to try and keep recycling their cards and everything. There's yellow, which is all about breaking low-level cards. They're extremely powerful for the most part right now. There's blue, which has a really broken card that I'm learning to absolutely hate a lot. Hi, Yuki. Welcome in, Yuki. I'm ranting about a card game right now. Please don't mind me, Yuki. But welcome in, welcome in. And then there's red, which I play, which is basically you try and build up your number to 9 so you can do a lot of damage. So you're trying to count while also being very aggro. You're trying to kill them as fast as possible. Also, happy birthday, Yuki! Happy birthday! I hope your birthday's been going well. Or if it just started, I hope it continues to go well. I hope it continues to go well either way. But have a good birthday. Happy birthdays. Let me take one drink really quick. But it's starting. Then I hope your birthday goes very well. I hope it goes well. Please don't stick here too long. I feel like there's other things that should happen on the birthday that should take priority over this stream. But you do you, obviously. Happy birthday nonetheless. Surprised you haven't figured it out? My brain is dead. My brain is very dead. That's probably why I haven't figured out whatever I was supposed to figure out. Oh, wait. Oh, that's you, Creepo? I didn't recognize the name change. I didn't recognize the name change. I didn't recognize it. Alright. Well, it will link in my head. It will link in my head. The only way I would have known is that you're red. That's the only way. That's the only way I would have known. Okay. Well, happy birthday nonetheless. Would you prefer that I keep calling you Creepo, or would you like to be, Yuki now? Because I can go with Yuki. Either way, I can do it. Let's look past the messages they sent. That's true, but I don't open up everyone's past messages. I can barely look at the messages currently. Could you imagine if I started reading old messages? Yuki? Alright. We'll stick with Yuki then. I will do everything in my power to remind myself of the correlation. It should happen. It is clicking in my brain. Hopefully it continues to click and everything will be good. But yes, happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday. Then yeah. Let me see. Oh, yes. Okay. Cookie game. We were talking about the cookie card game. Much to probably some people's dismay. With the cookie card game, I play red. And, like, there was 5 people that showed up to today's event. 3 out of 5 of them were playing red. One of them had a green and blue combo deck, and also a yellow deck. And then another person played blue. If we had another person show up that was supposed to show up, they would have also played blue, but they never showed up. So we were out of luck on that regard. But yes, I should get a full binder with all the cards. I would gladly do that. Except that's very expensive because there's like 100 and something secret cards and you can only get like 6, 7. I hate that I said those 2 numbers, like 6 to 8 cards for secrets in a box. I hate that I said those 2 numbers. I did not want to. But see ya, Lupin. Have a good night. I hate it. I hate it, VCat. I hate it. I hate the fact that those 2 numbers are tainted forever now. We're gonna move past that. But yeah, you can only get a few secret cards, and you can get 3 ultra rares or URs per box, and I think there's like 24 of those, and you can only get 1 secret ultra rare or secret exclusive, which is for the rares. And thankfully I have the hardest card. I have the hardest card. I have one of the numbered cards. I can do it. I can make the complete set because I have one of the 100 cards. I can do that. Also, good luck on learning Norwegian. I have no idea how to speak any other language. I vaguely knew how to speak Japanese in a very bad way for a very short amount of time, and then I forgot it. I know a very small amount of Spanish, but not enough to tell me anything except I don't speak Spanish or I need to go to the bathroom. Like, those are the only two things I know how to say. But yeah, good luck with Norwegian. But yeah, I don't know. I'm tempted. I might do it on Wednesday. I might buy a box on Wednesday because I was gonna buy 2 boxes originally, and then I only bought 1. So I might buy a second box. Or the second box I was gonna buy before on Wednesday. And maybe then that'll probably be the last one. And hopefully I get red cards. Because if I can get some red cards, that would be nice. I would like to get red cards. Only knows English? Yeah, that's the only thing I can fluently speak. I grew up with English. My parents only speak English. My immediate family only speaks English, so I only ever learned English. I skipped Spanish classes and they were mandatory. Okay, I did technically have 2 years of mandatory Spanish in high school in order to get a higher ranking degree. I had to take 4 years of math and 2 years of a language. I don't remember like anything from those Spanish classes. I loved that teacher. I loved the fact that she said I was her best student. I had the highest grade in her classes, any of her classes apparently, and I only had a B. I don't know what that means, but she wouldn't give me an A. I was at like an 88% or something. She wouldn't give me, like, I was her best student and I couldn't get an A. Fluently speak? I can fluently speak English. I know what I'm doing. I might be bad at reading. Okay? Maybe bad at reading. But that's it. That's it. I can do stuff. I can do stuff. 1 was because the school's burned down and 2 is because of COVID. Your school burned down. I think that's slightly more important than COVID. I saw that you sent me something, VCat. Hi, VCat. I swear if you clipped that, VCat. I swear if I look at this and that's a clip. Okay, that's better than I thought it was gonna be. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Let me close that before I get distracted with Discord. Okay. You had channel points, you get an English word that you couldn't say. Fluent speaking does not mean that you can speak every word in that language. It just means that I can speak and understand it and not have to think very hard about understanding it, right? Like, it means that I can hold a normal conversation with normal other people who can speak the language and understand it clearly and communicate my thoughts clearly. That is what fluently speaking means, okay? Never clipped that? Ew, well, I don't trust you. No, I'm very glad that Silent isn't here in this one case, because I know for a fact Silent would have clipped it if no one else has already clipped it. I'm glad in that regard. But yeah. I'm trying to think on what else needs to be talked about, and the answer is no. Also, can I just say I'm very sad that... I'm sorry, I keep going back to the cookie cards. I'm very sad that you can buy the cards on Amazon. They're not cheap. Like, the store, my local stores give such good discounts. If you want to buy a box on Amazon, it's gonna run you about $100. If I want to buy a box at the cheaper of the stores in town, it's only gonna run me $70. That's worth the drive. It's very much worth the drive. If it's the thing you're thinking about, you're deleting the clip. Well, I hope so. I hope you find it and delete it if it exists, Foggy. I do not want to see that clip. Know how to introduce yourself in Norwegian? I, was able to introduce myself in Spanish and Japanese for a while, and then I forgot it. So I'm pretty sure what to ask who someone else's name is. Isn't it like Onomaiwa? I'm saying it and butchering it because I can't remember, but isn't that how you ask what someone else's name is? I think so. I wish Takara was here so he could yell at me about how awful I said stuff. I'm close, but no, I can't remember. I can't remember. I said I lost my Japanese knowledge. You said a different word. Wait, what word am I supposed to say? What word is it? What word is it? Even if you type it in Japanese, I can probably still read it. I think I can still read hiragana. I'm fairly certain you said Spanish, not Japanese. Did I really? Did I really? My brain is dead. Oh my god. We need more tongue twisters. My brain died. No, I'm right. Onomaiwa is the short and casual way of saying what is your name in Japanese. No, I'm correct. I'm correct. I'm correct. No. And the full phrase Onomaiwa nan desu ka? Okay, no, I'm correct. Similar to the Spanish version. Don't just okay. I did remember. I did remember what my teacher taught me. No, I got it. I got it. I got it. Do I remember how to respond? No, but that's okay. I remember some stuff. Okay. Okay. Yeah, we're good. We're just gonna close that and we're gonna call it good. Very similar to Spanish version. Wait. How to ask someone's name in Spanish. How to ask someone's Spanish name. Como se llama, apparently? I don't know if that's correct. That's what they're saying, though. That doesn't sound anything like Onomaiwa. What are you on, Foggy? Unless I'm thinking of this wrong and Google told me the wrong thing. I hope Google didn't tell me the wrong thing, or else I don't know what I'm saying. Put como in front of it, and then it's a different optional word? Okay. But that doesn't sound anything like Japanese! You know, I said I was gonna make it another, like a whole 2 hours. You're saying it wrong, which is why it sounds different. Well, we should expect that if I can't even say English, right? Right. I think that's fine. I think we call it a day here. It's short, but that's because we can have Skylanders tomorrow. Did you get the question? Thought you visited class during graduation because of your ex. What was your question? I saw the thing about the ex. No. No, I did not. Oh, anyone want to read Xenoblade Chronicles concept art? I cannot read it. I do see your question now. I cannot read it. I do not have the power to read it. Google Translate. Think she's gonna be able to say things in another language? Okay, see, Shadow, thank you. Thank you for the defense, Shadow. Thank you for the defense. But that being said, she studied a different language twice. Yeah, and I never made it very far in either one. I was never fluent in either one. I should have kept pushing with Japanese. I still want to learn Japanese, not only because of the Japan trip that I might get to go through next year, but also because I want to not have to watch dubbed anime. I want to watch subbed anime without the subtitles. I want to watch that. That's my reasoning. I want to watch the animes. But okay, dumb reason. Anyway, I am probably going to call it right now for today, only because I want to play Skylanders tomorrow. And the sooner I end stream today, the sooner I can go to bed, right? So I think that's my logic here. Thank you guys for coming to today's stream. Thank you for sticking around even though it was late, and I know it's just chatting and it was not what today was initially supposed to be. But yes, thank you for coming, and hey, I'll hopefully see you tomorrow. We're playing Superchargers for Skylanders, and we're probably not gonna finish it, but we'll get close. So yeah, have a good night, guys, or a good day, or whatever. Time zones are weird.